Hi everyone, and thanks for jumping into our ISO Explained series, a self-paced series of videos and resources to help you unpack the complexities and requirements of the ISO standards for quality, safety, and environmental management. The goal of this series is to help business owners and managers who may not have a background in ISO or management systems gain an understanding of these standards to ultimately help align their business to these frameworks and win more contracts, reduce costs, and improve efficiencies. In this section, we are exploring Clause 4, Context of the Organisation. Here, businesses need to identify the context that your management system is operating in and the relevant interested parties that need to be taken into consideration. It's important to establish this first because it will help guide your requirements of your management system moving forward. Let's look at establishing the context of the organisation first. Here, we want to explore what some of the internal and external issues are within the organisation. Now, when we think about issues, try not to just think of problems. Rather, issues here mean conditions that the organisation can operate within. A great starting point for this section is to review the organisational context document inside the SafeWrite templates. This template already provides you with some broad examples of issues you can use, such as legislative requirements and best available technology, but feel free to modify or remove any you feel are not required. Here's a helpful tip. Consider this just like any other SWOT analysis. Organisational strengths and weaknesses are typically considered as internal issues, whereas opportunities and threats are usually considered external issues. Not only will this help you determine your guidelines for your internal and external issues, but it will also be an effective tool for business and decision making moving forward. Then we want to start looking at our interested parties. These are people or parties who either are affected by your management system or have a perceived effect. We usually list these second because some of the issues previously mentioned may help outline these interested parties. For example, an internal strength may be an excellent alignment to internal compliance. In that case, one of your interested parties might be one of the regulatory parties. Obviously, your customers, employees, they are also interested parties, as well as potentially other competitors. Once again, you can use the organisational context document to list these interested parties. Further down the template, you'll see a new table which already outlines some of the interested parties previously mentioned. Simply amend this table to suit your needs. Now, it's important to remember that as per ISO guidelines, your organisational context requires to undergo review as part of your management review meetings. We'll touch more on this in future videos. But this will help you stay on top of any new or interested parties who may need to go into the makeup of your organisational context and make sure that it's kept up to date in regards to any changes of your system or your wider business moving forward. Next, we can look at section 4.3, Scope of the Management System. This is where you can outline the boundaries and applicability of your management system. In addition to the organisational context previously mentioned, we also want to consider the products and/or services that we provide to our customers. This is important as it will help you identify the business processes that are covered under your management system and what is not. For example, a logistics and warehousing business that does not manufacture anything would not include the manufacturing of the transported products in the scope of their system. However, that business or party who do conduct the manufacturing would be considered an interested party. Using ISO 9001 as an example, your scope can be outlined in the quality policy document of the SafeWrite templates. This document has already made a start on this statement for you, giving you the templated objectives, disciplines, and procedures to adopt. Feel free to simply fill in the blanks and amend any information needed. Now, in the last section of this standard, the requirements start to talk about the system as a whole. It outlines the business's commitment to not only establishing and implementing a management system, but to continually maintain and improve it in response to the changing requirements of the business. Here, there are two requirements that the standard outlines. Number one is the organisation's commitment to determine the required needs of the management system through determining required inputs, assigning responsibilities and authorities, and addressing the risks and opportunities in accordance with the requirements. Number two is maintaining and retaining documented information to have confidence that the process is being carried out as planned. This section specifically highlights the business's requirements to continually review and maintain your documentation to support operational processes. Now, the SafeWrite templates are a great starting point, but they're obviously only one piece of the puzzle. Looking at the SafeWrite online platform, you have a powerful policies manager to help businesses maintain their documentation online. Leveraging a cloud-based platform will help provide all employees and workers a one-stop location for all policies and procedures to ensure everyone is kept up to date and they're on the same page. Additionally, the Policies Manager will also include version control and staff notifications via email to help with some of the additional requirements that you will learn about in later videos in this series. I hope this video has helped you gain a little bit more of an understanding on Clause 4 of the ISO requirements around the context of the organisation. At SafeWrite, we have a number of solutions that can help you both in terms of creating and implementing your documentation and your management system, but also in the ongoing requirements and much of the processes around continual improvement. If you're looking to learn more about these tools, feel free to give us a call. Or you can send us an email via sales@safewrite.com. That's all for now. Please jump into one of the next videos coming up to learn about some of the other clauses throughout the ISO frameworks. Thanks very much.